world champion, American record holder, a man once so dominant that when he stepped on the track, the rest were racing for second. Then came the injuries, the silence, the doubts. For a long time, it felt like he was gone for good. But now, after years in the shadows, Donavan is back. Or is he? Back in 2019, Brazier looked untouchable. He won the World Championships in Doha with a stunning time of 1 minute, 42.34 seconds, breaking both the American record and the championship record. He wasn't just winning, he was blowing away world-class fields. If he was healthy, the gold was his. He trained under Pete Julian as part of the Nike Oregon Project's successor group. While the program still carried controversy from the Salazar era, Brazier kept his head down and let his racing do the talking. He didn't get caught up in drama. He just ran fast. That same year, he also set a world best over 600 meters indoors, running 1 minute 13.77 seconds. It was a freakish display of both endurance and speed. And for a moment, it felt like we were witnessing the start of a new era in middle distance running. But that moment didn't last. After dominating the world in 2019, Donavan Brazier's momentum came to a sudden and painful halt. In June 2021, at the US Olympic Trials, he was the overwhelming favorite to make the team for Tokyo. But in the final, he struggled badly, faded over the last 200 meters, and crossed the line in 8th place with a time of 1:47.88. A stunning upset that ended his season and left fans in disbelief. In early 2022, there were signs of a possible comeback. He ran 1 minute 13.97 seconds indoors for 600 meters, a strong mark, not far from his own world best. It felt like a glimpse of the old Donavan, but when the outdoor season started, it became clear he still wasn't where he needed to be. In May, he opened in Doha and ran 1 minute 50.58 seconds, finishing 6th, far from his usual level. Then came the US Championships in June. He advanced from the heats, but withdrew before the semifinals, raising serious questions about his health. Still, he was named to the US team for the World Championships in Eugene, which took place on home soil in July. There, Brazier ran 1 minute 46.72 seconds in the heats, a better time, but not enough to advance. He was eliminated in the first round, and it became clear this wasn't the comeback season many had hoped for. After that race, silence. No more starts, no updates, just uncertainty. In the background, Brazier was battling through hell. Multiple Achilles surgeries, a fractured tibia, chronic bursitis. He left his training group and disappeared from the sport altogether. At times, the goal wasn't to win again, it was just to run again. When Donavan Brazier finally returned to the track in 2025, no one really knew what to expect. After nearly 3 years out, even his biggest supporters didn't know how much he had left in the tank. Then came Nashville. It was a quiet meet with no big names and no pacers, just Donavan, and a stopwatch. He ran 1:44.70 completely solo, cruising to victory in a performance that felt like a message to the entire sport. I'm still here. Only 9 days later, he ran again in Portland and dropped to 1:43.81. Clean, confident, faster. And after that race, he finally spoke.
It felt great. It was a real warm welcoming back. It's been a long time coming. And yeah, it's been surreal because, when you're like in the trenches of this whole like kind of recovery process, you don't ever think you'll kind of make it out at some points, but it's been a long time coming, and I'm just grateful to be healthy and running again.
This wasn't just a feel-good moment. It was a serious comeback. He wasn't winning medals yet, but you could feel something building. His next race was London, a stacked Diamond League meet, his first true test against the world's best. This time, Brazier finished 6th, but ran a blazing 1:43.08. It was one of the fastest 800-meter races of the year. Emmanuel Wanyonyi won it in 1:42.00. Marco Arop followed with 1:42.22. Max Bergen clocked 1:42.36, and Bryce Hoppel ran 1:42.71. And right behind them, after 3 years of surgeries, setbacks, and silence, was Donavan Brazier, running 1:43 flat. He wasn't on the podium, but he was back in the conversation. The 800 meters in 2025 isn't what it was in 2019. The level has changed. Emmanuel Wanyonyi isn't just winning races, he's dominating. Earlier this season, during the Grand Slam Track Series, he even stepped up to the 1500 meters and beat a stacked field. He's showing range, power, and confidence that very few athletes in history have combined. Marco Arop, the reigning world champion, looks just as dangerous as ever. Josh Hoey has broken through this year, running personal bests and gaining consistency. Bryce Hoppel continues to quietly sit in the 1:42 to 1:43 range, always a threat. And Max Bergen, when healthy, has one of the fastest pure engines in the world. For Brazier, this isn't the same race he left behind. The bar has risen, and to reach it, he'll have to be better than ever. But here's what makes Brazier's current path so interesting. He isn't trying to peak in May or June. He hasn't forced anything. Every race he's run this season has been better than the last. He's building momentum, not chasing it. Most of the top guys in the world, Wanyonyi, Arop, Hoey, have already hit major peaks this season. Running 1:42 in July might look great on paper, but the real challenge is holding that form until late September. History shows that most runners can't peak twice in 1 year, but Brazier hasn't peaked yet, and that's what gives him a real shot. Fitness is one thing. Championship racing is something else entirely. At a major championship, the 800 meters isn't just about running fast, it's about racing smart. It's about tactics, positioning, patience, and above all, a deadly finishing kick. To win a medal, or even make the final, Brazier will need to deliver under pressure again and again. First, he'll have to make it through the US trials, where only the top 3 advance. That means 3 rounds, heats, semis, and the final, against guys like Bryce Hoppel, Josh Hoey, and Brandon Miller. Then, assuming he qualifies, he'll face the same process at the World Championships: heats, semifinals, and then the final. That's 6 races in a matter of weeks, all requiring razor-sharp fitness and race instincts. Can Brazier finish strong 3 times in a row, twice? We haven't seen him tested in that format since Doha, and the field he'll face now is even deeper. Let's be honest, Donavan isn't back to winning yet. He's not blowing away fields like he did in 2019, but what he has done might be even more impressive. He's returned to near his personal best after 3 years of surgeries, setbacks, and silence. He's healthy, he's racing, and he's improving every single time he steps on the track. That's not a comeback. That's a warning. There isn't a single track fan who doesn't want to see him succeed. And now, that hope is starting to feel real. So what do you think? Can Donavan Brazier win another world title? Or has the sport moved on without him? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from the track.